All right, everybody. This is your next clue to where I work. If you've worked here before, you will definitely recognize it, even if you haven't worked where I work, but that's a hint. All right, so I'm here at work before anyone else is again, and we're gonna go ahead and do the March wrap up, which is so much fun. All right, so first I finished Dune, which was amazing. It is one of those books where I feel like I don't fully understand everything, and I would have to like reread it a couple times slash read the sequels. And I think I have decided that my plan for the sequels is just to read two more and leave it at that for now. But that's not like anytime soon. My TBR is pretty packed. All right, so yeah, Dune, pretty amazing. It's gonna take me a while to really process it. Gonna watch the movie still, which I'm very excited about. Oathbringer, I'm about to finish basically. I'm not gonna talk too much about it now because I'm gonna film a whole video about it and it'll be out pretty soon. I should be finishing this Saturday, which is like the last Saturday of March. So that's the plan anyway. You know how plans go. But yeah, I've loved the book. The thing is, these very big books, even though I'm enjoying them, have kind of put me into a reading slump. So because of that, I switched around my TBR a little bit. So I actually started another Agatha Christie instead because I needed to get out of the slump. I wanted to cut it off at the pass really quick, or else I would just not want to read for the rest of the year. I've read every day for the past like 200 days or something, so I don't want to mess that up. So I switched to the ABC Murders, so I'm also about to finish the ABC Murders, and I'll finish that before March. So that was kind of a change of plans just to get out of a reading slump, because I don't know if you know this, but Agatha Christie is fantastic way to get out of a reading slump. So huge plug there. If you're in a reading slump, pick up an Agatha Christie. They are fast-paced, they are short, they are super intense and exciting, and they make you think, but not too much. And I just really think it's like the perfect, it's just perfect for a reading slump. Alrighty, so that's my March. Yeah, so it's basically finishing up February and then getting out of my reading slump. April should be a lot better, from everything I've been told. My next big book is 11/22/63, which will be my first Stephen King ever. I wanted to pick one that wasn't like too scary first, to get used to Stephen King's writing style first before going into like his horror. For his horror, I have to be super selective. You can watch the video, I'll link it down below, of what I'm not gonna read, what I'm planning to not read. And that explains like a little bit more about my thoughts on Stephen King. But yeah, really excited for my first Stephen King. He's an author that I've been thinking about reading for quite some time. So yeah, finally starting. Next, I'm gonna read Skyward. So Skyward should be like starting soon, like Monday, which is still in March. So I've kind of already talked about Skyward. If you want to hear about me rant about Skyward, it is down in the February wrap up, because I thought I was gonna, well, technically I am starting it in March. So I'm just really excited. I think YA sci-fi will be just a great little break in my slump as well. So Skyward, I think, is just a perfect choice for me. And then after I finish Skyward will be Disclosure, which is stressful. And again, I've already talked about that one, so I'm not really gonna talk any more about it. I just want to get it over with and just get it off my list and never have to read it again. So that'll happen. And then if I finish Disclosure before April ends, which I have no idea if I'll be able to, then I will be reading The Color of Magic, which is the first Discworld book ever written, but not the one you should read first from all accounts. I think I've read enough Discworld that I can read Color of Magic and The Light Fantastic. They go together, so that's definitely my next Discworld is The Light Fantastic, because they're like a couple. So that's like books 1 and 2 of the Discworld series, and they're definitely not where you should start. I've just read enough Discworld that I feel like I'm ready for them, and I know that they're not like the formulas of the other books. So I'll be talking about Discworld soon, probably in early May. So we can talk about it more then. I think I've mentioned it in my videos before, but again, whenever I talk about Discworld, I always mention I am not an expert. I am a noob when it comes to Discworld. I am just starting out with Discworld. I'm mostly just repeating what I've heard, because obviously I haven't read Color of Magic, so I can't tell you if it feels different because I haven't read it. So that's really my plan for April. It should be a better month. I'm really struggling with the 2 big books at the same time, because I've never done that ever. So I'm gonna try to avoid that as much as I can. So I'm probably not gonna start Rhythm of War until I'm like decently into 11, 22, 63. So like when I'm towards the end of that book, then I'll start Rhythm of War. So it won't be in April, it'll probably be in May. So that's the plan for now. Yeah, tell me in the comments below what you're gonna read in April. I would love to hear ya, and I'll see you next time. Bye.